For the first time, the U.S. has set limits on the so-called forever chemicals pouring from drinking water taps.
These chemicals entering our environment in an uncontrolled manner are harmful to our families, harmful to our communities, and harmful to our economy.
The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency says the new standards for PFAS, or polyfluoroalkyl substances, are expected to protect 100 million people from exposure and prevent tens of thousands of serious illnesses and deaths.
I raised my children on this water. 130,000 parts per trillion of total PFAS is the current estimate that we likely drank every day during the peak of our contamination crisis. I know we can't change the past, but we can fight for a more just future, and that is exactly what we are doing today.
The new limits, 4 to 10 parts per trillion, are dramatically lower than the levels found in North Carolina and elsewhere. PFAS found in such products as nonstick pans, firefighting foam, and waterproof clothing have been linked to cancer and other serious ailments. Water utilities will now have to filter out a handful of common forever chemicals, but there are 12,000 individual types, and they're found in half of America's drinking water supply, and according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in the blood of 97% of Americans. The Biden administration has focused on clean water following the discovery of water heavily polluted with lead over the past decade, especially in poorer communities in Flint, Michigan, Jackson, Mississippi, and elsewhere. Environmental watchdogs and prosecutors say manufacturers knew the compounds were dangerous years ago.
For years, companies have dumped PFAS and other chemicals that last forever into our lakes and rivers, even when they knew that these chemicals damaged people's health and our natural resources' well-being.
The EPA is providing $9 billion for PFAS contamination from an existing $20 billion fund to rebuild drinking water infrastructure. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.